Hey, what's up, Sim Racers? Ricky here, and welcome to my first impressions video of Assetto Corsa Competizione. Of course, we only have one car, we only have one track, so it's not that much to go on, but even though you can really tell that this game has huge potential, and everything I've tried so far, the wet, the different weather conditions, the racing, the AI, the graphics, the force feedback, I really like them all, with some minor bugs in there. Of course, it's early access, but yeah, this is my first impressions video. So first off, we have the graphics and the lighting, and one thing that Assetto Corsa has really captured is the immersion. It actually really feels like you're sitting in a GT3 car. If you were to compare the graphics to maybe a Project Cars 2, which in my opinion has the best graphics, I'd say it's different, but it's just as good. Just look at the cockpit here, it looks absolutely stunning. The cars in general look really good. The track in some places doesn't look as good. The rain looks even better than Project Cars 2. I won't say that it feels better to drive on, because it just feels like a really sloppy, dry track or something. It's hard to say, but it looks absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to race this online. So what is it like to drive? And the quick answer here, in my opinion, is absolutely awesome. It feels like a much improved Assetto Corsa. It also feels like they captured all the best bits from Race Room, the original Assetto Corsa, iRacing and Project Cars 2. One thing that they really captured good is the crispness of iRacing. I don't know how exactly to describe it, but the way the car turns into a corner, you just feel you're connected to the car, and the tire is connected to the road. That's the thing iRacing does really good, and a lot of other games doesn't do as good, but this game, 10 out of 10. Another thing that really stands out about this is the sense of speed. A lot of other sim racing games doesn't, as you see me crashing here, doesn't capture that. This does. Holy shit, it actually feels like you're driving really fast. Too bad the Nordschleife isn't in the Blank Pan Sprint series or the Endurance series. Otherwise, it would have been absolutely awesome to try these GT3 cars around there. But the sense of speed is absolutely awesome. Another thing that is worth mentioning is that it's really hard, and I like that it's really hard. Get those rear tires out on the grass under braking, and you're spinning out. I spun in this corner here, especially in the wet, I don't know, 4 or 5 times maybe. The sounds are really good as well. In my opinion, Race Room Racing Experience has the best sounds until this game came. This is just better. Just listen here. That sounds so good. The engine, everything just sounds right, and it adds to that immersion. Listen here. This was, of course, on purpose, just to get that perfect video footage. But the force feedback is another thing that's, again, is really good, in my opinion. Force feedback, it's different from person to person. Everyone has their own opinion about force feedback and how it should be and how it should feel. Me, I love the force feedback in this. It's perfect, almost perfect. It feels kind of weird at times, but I'd say it's a combination between maybe iRacing and Race Room. Not much options to tune the force feedback, which really didn't matter to me because it felt pretty good, or really good actually, right out of the box. Again, I'm using the Thrustmaster TSPC. It might be different depending on which wheel you're using. So how's the AI? I'd say it's pretty good. A bit too early to judge. Here around Nürburgring they feel pretty good. I haven't been punted once. And they haven't done anything really stupid, and they're kind of fast in the right places. It isn't like Project Cars 2 where they are really fast in some corners and really slow in others. They just feel pretty good. Then again, we only have one track to judge them on, so I'd say it's a bit early, but overall it's good. They're good. Even though I love racing the AI, for the most part, I drive these games for the multiplayer and the online stuff, so unfortunately online isn't in the game. So this might be a good time in the video to look at the actual roadmap for Assetto Corsa Competizione. The first release here, we have the Hurricane GT3 and Nürburgring, obviously the special events and stuff, you probably know it. In Build 2, which coming out in October, we have the Bentley Continental GT3 and Misano. No multiplayer yet, that comes first in November, when we'll also have the M6 GT3 and Paul Ricard. But most importantly, again, we have multiplayer in November. Then in Build 4, we'll get the most amazing GP3 car there is, the Ferrari 488. We'll also have Hungaroring and Spectator mode. In Build 5, in early January or mid-January, we'll have the Jaguar, which I never driven in a sim racing game before. We'll also have Solder and enhanced multiplayer. And the sixth and final build will have the Honda Acura NSX GT3, we'll have Monza, we'll also have live special events. Then the game will release sometime in the first quarter of 2019. And I bet a lot of people are thinking not another GT3 game, because the GT3 cars have been so popular for so long. I understand the decision, but of course it would have been fun with other cars, but in my opinion I love the fact that they're focusing on one series, one car. They have official licensing. I think they bought that from iRacing that used to have it. I have no problem with it. I love racing GT3 cars, but I can see why others may find this annoying or may think that they should have gone in another direction. I'm really looking forward to be a part of the development of this game and see how it goes. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is the longevity, since it's only GT3 cars. I don't remember exactly which tracks the Blancpain Sprint Series or the Blancpain GT Series runs, but there's not a whole lot of tracks. That might be a problem. Maybe not. I guess we'll see. Another cool thing about this is that they're focusing on multiplayer. They're also focusing on endurance racing. And when they have a day-night transition already in the game, by the way, they have different weathers, times, rain. They actually have the things you really want in a sim racing game. Things that, for example, iRacing or even Race Room still doesn't have it. So yeah, I really see a bright future for this, and I'm looking forward to spending a lot of hours in this game in the future. It also runs pretty good. I have a pretty good computer. I have a GTX 1080, a good computer, and it runs good. I have my frames limited to 60 because I only have 60 Hz monitors, and very rarely it goes below 60 FPS, even though I'm running on ultra graphics. And again, the game looks absolutely beautiful. A thing that really needed improvement in the last Assetto Corsa was the menus. They were pretty awful in my opinion. And in Competizione here, they look great. They're very easy to navigate. Even the setup menu is extremely well done in my opinion. I think they will only improve this since this is early access. This will only get better, but it already looks better than anything I've seen so far in sim racing games. So yeah, I think that's about it for this first impressions video. As you'll see me finish my hot lap here, I think I did a 1:57.7, right about 1 second off the world record. I think I may be able to go down to a 1:57 flat, but get into the 1:56s, that seems hard. I need more practice. I only did about 5 or 6 laps, so yeah. But let's all get on board continue the hype train for Assetto Corsa Competizione. I said it in the video last night, but my expectations were so high for this release, and it actually delivered. It's everything I wanted it to be, and maybe even more. I know I have some issues with loading setups for my wheel, different key configurations, just boring stuff like that, but it doesn't really bother me. It's early access. They'll get that fixed until probably until the next build, and I haven't found much bugs at all, to be honest. Another thing that's going to be really important is to get the netcode for the multiplayer right. But the old Assetto Corsa, it's been pretty good, so yeah. Let's all get on board the hype train, and yeah, keep on gaming guys. I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.